FAQs. Why are there not additional antennas for the EZ Locator HDR? The EZ Locator HDR comes with a 450 MHz shielded antenna and produces usable frequencies with performance similar to dual frequency systems. Can the EZ Locator HDR find objects other than utilities? Your EZ Locator system is capable of finding many types of targets in the ground. In the course of your operation of the EZ Locator HDR, you will notice a myriad of objects detectable in the ground. For example, this is a buried loading ramp from a former truck docking station. The following are underground fuel storage tanks. Can we tell which utility is water line versus a gas line? No, not unless we can trace the pipe or line to a valve or some other visual expression of the utility on the surface. Is there a way to confirm a horizontal band type object is a utility? Yes, just collect data over the same spot perpendicular to the last scan. Also, you could make S-turns along the profile, and you can see how the image appears to fall off as you move away from the pipe. A continuous horizontal layer, like from a soil horizon, will not behave this way. One note of caution: if you use the background removal filter, you may in fact remove important horizontal data you need. Is there a way to calibrate for depth other than using the soil type estimation? Why, yes. One of the most effective ways is to scan over a known target that has either been excavated or probed, or some pipe that can be accessed in a catch basin or manhole. In this case, we simply scan over the pipe and then measure with a steel tape or other device to the top of the pipe. Perform hyperbola calibration and manually adjust the soil velocity to match the depth to the top of the utility. It's that simple. Be aware that this is a point measurement, and this setting may not be relevant to the entire site. Soils can change rapidly over a very small area, particularly if it is disturbed. What do other types of objects look like? Going over steel objects or wire on the surface can look something like this. Note, it is impossible to look through metal objects such as manholes, shallow buried steel storage tanks, or any other metal mass. Other objects such as steel rods, vertical in the ground, may also appear to ring down, such as in this image here. Large pipes may give you a double hyperbola or multiple images. This may be the result of getting a reflection from the top of the pipe and the invert on the inside, since in the case of concrete, we can see through the pipe, particularly the top, in many cases. Also, a phenomenon known as signal multiples may cause an exact duplicate or triplicate of the image at regular intervals deeper in the scan. These multiples will be aligned exactly one over the other. Can we see utilities under other utilities? It is possible if there is a slight offset. If a utility is directly over another utility, the lower utility may not be seen, as the radar wave will reflect off of the upper utility. Can we find a 1-inch pipe at 10 feet? Why or why not? Small pipes may be undetectable with your EZ Locator. There are physical limits to the detection of pipes based on the transducer frequency and the size and depth of the object. In general, small air or gas-filled pipes can be more difficult to detect than water or fluid-filled pipes, since they have greater contrast with the surrounding material. How do we integrate the EZ Locator HDR with the overall project objectives? The EZ Locator HDR is very powerful in that you can cover large areas and find unknown utilities or suspect utilities that lack any surface expression. One way to integrate GPR with the standard radio frequency method is to scan with the GPR and identify potential utilities. If you suspect an unknown utility, you may want to attempt to use the induction method and determine if the target can be traced. This is very strong evidence that you have found a utility. GPR can, in many cases, discriminate two or more closely spaced conductive utilities that, with conventional electromagnetic techniques, result in bleed over and the misidentification of two or more utilities as one. Does GPR work everywhere? This link is a good start to ascertain the general performance expectations of GPR in your area. Safety tips. Please make sure you follow all rules and regulations prior to conducting any survey regarding traffic control and attire that is required for working in right-of-ways or any industrial facilities.